Hi all. Hey, let's look at the Elephant Gambit in this evening's live stream. Let's do a live stream. It's really hot here actually in the UK today. So Elephant Gambit, you see here, there's convincing evidence that the Elephant Gambit is actually very well respected at the 5th choice with D5. So I'll just tell the guys, look, D5, 5th choice after knight F3. Okay, so okay, so are we live? Everyone okay? Okay, so this is the chessgames.com opening explore. I can make the boards kind of bigger. We see it's the 5th choice. Now, you know when I played F5 as an experiment in Blitz, I was getting blasted with F5. And I think there's some problems with it. Tactically, you know, this diagonal, you're always going to be weak when you castle. I was getting blasted off the board with F5. Some people were just taking the pawn, some people were playing knight C3, or, you know, just knight E5. I think it's quite dangerous. Yes, I think it's, yeah, I think Latvian, isn't it? Okay, so I mean, I've had great results in the war zones recently with this surprise weapon D5, and it shouldn't have been. And I think the reason it shouldn't have been is that there's a critical line. I think I'm going to show you the critical line, which will ruin it as a surprise weapon for me. But here, like E takes, this isn't good, is it? This bishop D6. So bishop D6, let's forget E4 for a moment. Bishop D6 has the idea potentially you're going to play later like F5, knight F6, E4. You might dislodge the knight and H2 might be a bit weaker. So say white plays D4 though. So that sort of encourages E4. I think, you know, black's already kind of in a bad way here. These 15 games, 60% to white, just knight E5. If white takes the plunge, I have no idea why I've been winning games with it. I don't think many people have even been doing this, getting this far. Sorry, the smoking gun. I thought you first played E4. Sorry, Mustang fan. Now white plays a pre-move at bishop C4. Now let's go. Okay, let's follow this. Knight F6. This is supposed to be bad with C4. And actually, look, David Howell. I think he was a tiny little kid in 2001. And okay, a bit older in 2007. But he smashed up. This is like a high-level game, believe it or not, in the British Championship, where you know this depressed me. I was trying to do the video earlier, and this game depressed me because look at what David Howell did. He played C4. And then there was this kind of gambit of the pawn there, which wasn't accepted. Just knight c3. And I think if it was accepted, it might give black something with knight c6. And that's, I think, happening in Warzone. But knight c3 keeps the pressure and a small advantage. So this is probably a great way of playing against it. Let black take the pawn back. Because you've still got pressure on d5. You've got bishop g5 coming up to pin the knight. And it sort of went downhill after that. We don't have to go through the whole game. I'll just take you where it's a big advantage after bishop b5. Because if rook e7 then takes, and it was just a big advantage after that, and it's too depressing to go further. So here it seems this is dismal for black. That's a really poor game early on, I think, in David Howell's career. So all of these are wins with white. So that's kind of a key line where basically, you know, e d5. It seems bishop d6 is not doing that well. So what do you guys think? Do you think bishop d6 shouldn't be used? Should it be e4? Black wins statistically more with e4. You know, maybe this is interesting. I think a disastrous move here is knight d4. That gives black everything he wants. If white plays knight d4, I think bishop c5 in this position, bishop c5 is good. And you get a good game actually for black. So I don't think knight d4 is that good. This was quite a crush actually. This game, it was quite tactical, and white got really crushed. I don't want to sort of spend too long on it, but it was a crush, which just shows it's like dangerous. But so maybe e4 is probably, you know, sometimes an alternative to bishop d6. Okay, so let's look at e4 again. So white plays queen e2. And now look, the percentages are really bad. Queen e7's got the highest at 40%, queen e7. So if you do get knight d4 from white, what can you look forward to? So apparently queen e5 here. That does make way for using the e7 square. So say knight b3. So there was an f5. This looks all right, actually. Look at that, a quick knockout, actually, for white. It looks okay. So we're saying queen e2, queen e7. Now say knight d4. I don't think... This isn't that bad, isn't it? And white was crushed here. So giving up e4, then bishop g4. Now this is kind of fun stuff, because black's getting a massive lead in development. He can sack both rooks. Whoa, beautiful. Wow. So that just shows you that was a correspondence game. CORR. So that was interesting. Queen e2, but of course, surely white can do better. Knight d4, actually, there's no alternative to knight d4 here. So queen e7, we're reviving. So maybe that's why e4 is better than bishop d6. Are you guys convinced that e4 might be the way forward here? Knight b5 instead of knight b3 after queen e5. Okay, so queen e5. So there was a game of Morphy, knight b5. But he might have been playing some bunny. We don't know. So knight b5. Why was bishop d6 played anyway? Because the queen's supporting c7. Couldn't black have just played a6? Not to lose the dark square bishop? Because you really want it to mate white on h2, don't you? Isn't a6 playable? Will the knight just go back here? Then you still play f5. I don't like the way black's played. I think it was one of Morphy's bunnies here that he crushed. So I think we're biasing things. Look, black's moving pieces twice, etc. I don't like this. Of course Morphy's got the advantage here. e4's under fire. It's a disaster. We don't have to look any more at that game, do we? So knight b5. You're saying a6 d4. Can someone engine analyze that? Sorry, I'll just make this a bit bigger here. I'll just get there. Is that better board? You're saying a6, there's d4. Right. That is annoying, isn't it? How about knight a6? Interesting. So this is bad, isn't it? So why in this database did they have knight b3? Do we need a different games database? They had knight b3 here with just one game, knight b5. Okay, it's only 2 games. Sorry, only 2 games for knight b3. All right, so if you're lucky, they play knight b3. If you're unlucky, then knight b5 has some points to it. Yeah, c7 is a bit vulnerable. Oh dear, that puts it out of business, does it, this line then? So queen e5. So if there isn't queen e5, what about g6? So there's this game of Steinitz was white against Deacon. g6, actually that has some logic to attack the knight, doesn't it? g6. Because that bishop was hemmed in anyway. That's kind of interesting. There's some sort of dark square control going on, a bit like Benoni. Black's got control of the dark squares here. That's nice. I like this. It's Benoni-ish. Would you agree? This is Benoni-ish. You've got some compensation here. So white regains, and this would be fun. Again, this sort of position. So this was anyway. So let's go back. maybe G6. G6, that's an alternative. Knight F6 I don't really like. So if we're not playing now, if we play Bishop D6, then we're in trouble, aren't we? Because of D4. There's no other way of playing it here, is there? Or is there? You can't do anything here, can you? Apart from E4. Okay. I don't know why. I don't know. I've just been getting lots of games. I think people have been blundering quite early on. They've been playing other stuff. If we go back, I think when confronted with this as a surprise weapon, here, what do people play? This Knight C3 is a bit of a disaster. Because I've been taking on E4. I just take on E4. I don't play D4. And then I play F5 and E4 with a great game. So Knight C3 I think is a bit of a disaster. Because you just take Knight E4, F5 and E4. Brilliant game. You've got control of D4, the dark squares. So that's a bit of a blunder to play Knight C3. Obviously, like D3 is just giving black D takes E4 and white's not even castling. So that's not good. So the critical line is basically so it's not that hot, is it? Unfortunately, E takes, just E takes. Sorry, Victor. In Bullet, when people don't know the opening, they play passive like Knight D4. Yeah, I think that's happened in quite a few instances that people have played Knight D4 here. So I've had a brilliant game. Maybe that explains it. This Knight D4 is not that hot. That probably explains it. People are not following up this main line. So basically the way to sort of break it is you play either Knight E5 or Queen E2. So Knight E5. In fact, here you can play Queen takes D5 with black. But I don't really like this position much for black. So actually that Queen E2 was the more critical though. To play Queen E2. Not even take immediate. Just Queen E2 here has got a big percentage for white. Oh, sorry. So Queen E2. So we're looking. Actually, F5 though. I think I might have punted F5 in some games with a good position. Yes, this rings a bell actually, because the Queen was sometimes shown to be misplaced here in the Bullet war zones. Because I think I actually just sacrificed a pawn somehow. I'll try and work out how. I think it was here after Knight C3. I think I've got it. In this position, I did reach, I think, this position quite a bit. So if we go here, I think I reached this position in some games where the Queen was kind of, I used another gambit basically. Instead of Bishop B4, I just gambited the E4 pawn, I think. With either Bishop D6 or Bishop E7. And then so after takes I just took and castled with a bit of pressure, which is really good for bullet chess, or maybe even blitz. I don't know, for pushing it. So I think that's what might have happened, not this Bishop B4. I wouldn't give up the dark square bishop like that. I'd rather lose another pawn. So if you play actively, you probably get some chances in bullet. Would that be the general conclusion? You just try and play actively. And if necessary, give up another pawn. You just get a lot of pressure, maybe on the F file. And white has to be careful. So I think that concludes it anyway. So it's basically unsound, but with some chances if white, plays suboptimally. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let's stop that there. Thanks very much. Okay.